It's Gray Wharton. I'm going to talk about a video of Nick Cannon's whiteface outrage. Um, I guess there's a lot of outrage in the white community. Um, they're looking at the fact that they find it very unacceptable for Nick Cannon to, to do blackface. Um, Honestly, I don't, you know, to be honest with you, I don't think I don't find it offensive. Now, some whites may say, well, you only saying it because you black. Well, let's talk about how when whites did blackface, you know what I mean? And I know, I'm pretty sure the same old people that's offended by Nick Cannon's whiteface and that is outraged about his antics of what he did. I'm quite sure y'all got a lot of kick and a lot of laugh out of when you see white people being portrayed in blackface. And and whites been doing it for years, man. They've been doing this thing for way back from the 30s, however, maybe longer than that probably. They was in blackface. You know what I mean? They used to make fun of black people with their cartoons from back of those days. With big nose, huge. No, not big nose, but long, about wide nose and huge lips and pink lips. You know what I mean? They used to. Man, whites did a lot of things back in them days. So before some of you whites may say, well, that's past. Well, a lot of things that was done in the past still today. As you look in the movies, they still forgot the name of the movie. It was just I thought it was the black guy in this movie, and I mean, that's what I don't really follow white movies. I pretty much don't watch a lot of white people movies. Um, uh, Not to say there's nothing wrong with it, because I don't even watch certain black movies, especially gangster movies like anything dealing with killing. Um, but to my point is, it was a guy that played the movie. I thought this guy, and when my brother told me that he was, that's a white guy, I said, no, pop, no way. And they be like, yeah, that's the, um, he's, um, he's white, he's in blackface, acting like a black man. And you know what? I mean, don't get me wrong. I wasn't offended by it. I got a kick out of it. Actually, I laugh about it. It was funny. Black people usually black people don't really care about. You make fun you being in black in movies, but sometimes some of them will be offensive. But I guess for black people, it's just that we dealt with it for years. From the past and the present to now. So now when Nick Cannon does it, it's a big outrage. Okay, let's be real honest here. Let's talk about Eddie Murphy. Let's talk about Martin Lawrence with Dr. Bob. He pretty much did everything. You know what I mean? He act like a white man. He did. Let's be real. He act more of a white man better than Nick Cannon was doing. And you know what I mean? He was very funny at it. There was no outrage about it, but when Nick Cannon does it, and I think that all that Nick Cannon did, he just laid the blueprint down. I mean, basically the blueprint, because now you're going to wind up seeing a lot of other black people going to start painting themselves up in a whiteface. Now, I'm not talking about the ones that bleach in their skin. I'm talking about the black people going to try to immolate white. And you know what? And when black people immolate you, you can't beat us immolating race of people, immolate, because it's hard to act like a black man. A white man can act like a black man. A white woman cannot act like a black woman. You know what I mean? Because when black people does it, it's an outrage, and I don't think Nick Cannon should apologize for it. You know what I mean? If he apologized, then you know what? It tells a lot about who he. He's weak, and I don't think he should apologize because whites didn't apologize when they did blackface. You know what I mean? So why should you have to apologize? I understand white people that they may be offended by what Nick Cannon did. I understand that. But in order for you to understand our point, then why don't one of y'all apologize for blackface? But that would never happen because in their pride and heart, they get a kick out of it. So when black people does it back, it's oh no, it is unacceptable. We will not approve this. We will not tolerate this. Ignorance will not be tolerated. That's how white people talk. You know, so I don't think Nick Cannon. I think Nick Cannon just did something to get a fun out of it, get a kick out of it. He laughed about it. You know, what I mean, it's cool. You know, hey, let's laugh about it. You know, I'm quite sure some white man. I mean, let's be real here. I mean, on YouTube, there are many couple of people trying to act like black people, putting some black stuff on their face and trying to act black. All over the world, is black people. They trying to, trying to act like black people with blackface. You know what I mean? So when black people do it back, it's not right. Now Nick Cannon, I seen comment Nick Cannon is a nigger. He's they call him a monkey. You know, it's funny how white people call black people monkeys. Call this brother a monkey. When your race declares from out of your own mouth, y'all say y'all evolved from monkeys. It's funny how that's crazy, man. You know, and then you calling him a nigger, basically calling a black man a Niger, in Latin, it's just calling him a very dark person. So really, you're not really offending him with racial slurs. You know what I mean? So you want to attack this man with racial slur, but see, black people didn't attack you with racial slur when y'all did blackface. So I don't understand what why the anger is about it. You know what I mean? So I think Nick Cannon, it was very funny when he did it. I think it's new, and I think what's going to happen. Nick Cannon just sparked something, and what Nick Cannon did, he just going to go out. He laid it out there. So what's going to happen? There's going to be a couple of black people. They're going to start doing it, and they're going to pick up from it. And once Nick Cannon, if he ever apologized, there are some black people that ain't going to apologize about it. It's black people backbones. They ain't going to do that. You know what I mean? But if he do, you know what I'm saying? It's we got to wait and see. But actually, I think. He just laid down what, because what Nick Cannon did, they're gonna be more and a lot of black people that's gonna get out there, and they're going to emulate. They're gonna make a lot of you white people so angry, and a lot of you white people gonna be like, we need to flag these videos down because they emulating us. Okay, I'm quite sure there was no white channel being flagged down when there was black faces of white people emulating black people with black faces, and those channels still stood up. So that's like, hypocrisy in that. I think that, just take your medicine, man. You just got to take it, you know what I mean? And there's some white people may not get offended over it. Some white people may like it and find it funny. Some white people will probably understand, but others probably won't, ain't going to take it. It'd be unfortunate to take that. Well, until you learn to relate to what we feel, then maybe it will stop. Then again, maybe it won't. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you something, nobody beat black people better than emulating a nation of people. Black people sits at number one when it comes to that. And what Nick Cannon did, I think he did something that was funny. And it's good. Some people say, he's just doing it for attention. No, I don't think he's doing it for attention. I think he just did it was funny, and come on, man, there's nothing. Why hate this man? Why get angry with this man do when y'all people does it? That's the part I don't understand. That's hypocrisy, and and that's wrong, totally wrong. You know what I mean? But again, white people don't see the views that black people see. We had different views on things, so they would never understand. It's what the Bible said about the nation of Edom, so-called white race, that their heart have deceived them. In their heart, they believe they're always right. So, and they believe they're not justifiable for anything, for any actions. So again, that's why God said their heart had deceived them. Um, you know. So again, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think Nick Cannon did was funny, and I don't think he should stop. He should just keep on doing it.